Chairman, thank you. And Mr. Bogonsky, let's go back to your political theater remark, because there have been two lines on that political theater that our friends on the other side of the aisle have played over and over again for audiences around the country. One of them was kind of found in your testimony, that your written testimony, oh, this administration is okay, they're justified because they've removed more immigrants, illegal immigrants, than any other administration. In fact, you stated in here that they've removed, I think you said 2 million aliens, but isn't it really a little deceptive, because aren't about half of those removals claimed by ICE? They actually originate because they're caught along the border. In fact, one of the articles pointed out, said this: the statistics are deceptive because Obama explained that enhanced border security has led to Border Patrol agents arresting more people as they cross into the country illegally. Those people are quickly sent back to their countries, but are counted as deported illegal immigrants. Is that a fair statement?
It's factually correct.
All right, let me follow up, because I only have 5 minutes. We had sitting right where you're sitting now, the president of both the ICE agents and of the border agents, who testified unequivocally that they're the ones interviewing these people, and that it's the president's policies that were causing more and more of these people coming across the border. Isn't it really true, if you're talking about political theater, that is kind of for the president to say he's sending more people back than he's stopping at the border, kind of like a fire chief justifying his right to commit arson because it helped him put out more fires? It just doesn't make sense to me. And then when you look at the other line that they've been using on their political theater, it's this one. Well, somehow or the other, if Congress doesn't act, and I determine as President of the United States that the law is broke and it just doesn't work, then all of a sudden it shifts the constitutional power over to me. So, Attorney General Laxalt, I would ask you, if you look and, the president, Congress, as I understand it, has the authority to establish a uniform rule of naturalization. Is there anything in the Constitution that says if the Congress doesn't want to act because they like where the policy is, or even because they can't act, that somehow that shifts the constitutional right over to the president, and that he can take any actions that he otherwise couldn't have taken constitutionally?
Thank you, Mr. Congressman. This is the crux of the argument and of the lawsuit, and it is certainly one of my biggest concerns. It's been so for many years, going back probably to when I was a law student at Georgetown. Our Constitution is eroding, and the executive branch continues to take more and more power. I can't think of a more clear example of something that the Constitution clearly says the Congress is supposed to perform. And as I said earlier, Congress has debated this. The President did not get the policy he wanted. Now he's decided to do it. I'd like to read a quote in answering to Professor Legomsky. I don't mean to gang up on you here, but as to your comment that the President, his multiple statements didn't in fact say he couldn't do this, a heckler told him that you have the power to stop deportations. And Obama replied, actually, I don't. That's why we're here. What you need to know when I'm speaking as President of the United States and I come to this community is that if in fact I could solve all these problems without passing laws in Congress, then I would do so. But we're a nation of laws. That's part of our tradition. And so it's easy way out to try to yell and pretend like I can do something by violating our laws. And what I'm proposing is a harder path, which is to use our democratic process to achieve the same goal that you want to achieve. This president knows that he can't do this. He knows that our system did not allow him to take these extra steps. There is no question, as Judge Hannon said in his opinion, there is a wide berth for prosecutorial discretion. I don't think you're going to get a lot of argument about that. But this goes so much further than any prosecutorial discretion that's ever been exerted. If this was allowed, then Congress's role in this entire field is abdicated. Why would Congress take year after year to debate these issues if a president is able to take a scope we've never seen before and in addition add benefits on top of simply deciding to not deport people.
We saw that kind of syntax change when we heard you can keep your insurance policy if you want to as well, but it makes no sense that we have these arguments. My time's out, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.
Like the gentleman for Virginia.